Now, the partial government shutdown, we're 1 week into it, and neither side is budging. Today, President Obama urged House Speaker John Boehner to put a short-term spending bill with no strings attached on the House floor because he believes it will pass. But Boehner ignored the commander-in-chief's request, then called for negotiations on reopening the government and raising the debt ceiling. The Secretary of Defense has called back most of the civilian employees who were furloughed, putting more than 1,100 people back to work for the Navy and National Guard in Rhode Island. From the South County Mobile Newsroom, Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen is live at Camp Fogarty in East Greenwich.
I just spoke with the Lieutenant Colonel of the Rhode Island National Guard here at Camp Fogarty just a little while ago, and he told me morale was definitely boosted this morning when they found out people could come back to work. Personnel department is open, reads the digital sign outside Naval Base Newport. The road into the base was packed all Monday morning, just hours after civilian workers found out the furlough was lifted. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel uncovered a loophole that allows civilian workers to come back despite the government shutdown. Nearly everyone who had been furloughed at Naval Base Newport started working again. The same's true at the Rhode Island National Guard.
There were a bunch of happier phone calls today.
Lieutenant Colonel Peter Parenti says this is a good thing for the base because the furlough has been tough.
We worry about those folks. I mean, there are plans in place to support them, numbers they can call, but when you have a furlough of that magnitude, it would become difficult.
95% of those furloughed are working again, but that leaves 12 workers in the Guard waiting to make a paycheck.
We always have in the back of our mind that dozen folks that we want to get them back to work as soon as possible as well.
He also said food and fuel budgets remain unfunded.
But we can only go so long, and we can only conduct certain levels of operations until those budgets get funded as well.
U.S. Senator Jack Reed released a statement to Eyewitness News. So this is a positive step. Now we need to get our government up and running again so every single Rhode Islander can be brought back on the job. Now, Parenti said it's still unclear for those workers that have been furloughed for the past week if they'll ever actually be paid for that week that they technically were not working. Reporting live at the Mobile Newsroom, I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.